Hey, what's going on, Turbo Speedsters? It's your boy, Coach Chris Turbo, aka Mr. Turbo Speed, aka Coach Chris Burris. And I wanted to thank you all for stopping by my channel. So if you're new, go ahead and subscribe and do your coach a favor and turbo smack that like button and power punch that notification bell so that you can take advantage of all my coaching, training, speed enhancing videos here on YouTube. So today's video is all about how you can run faster by implementing proper goal setting into your strategic plans for yourself or your athletes. Let's go ahead and get into this. So if you take your eyes here on my whiteboard, we're going to be sprinting faster with proper goal setting, okay? So today's video agenda is going to look as follows. We're going to talk about how to find your purpose, understanding yourself and utilizing training goals, how to set up real specific goals, how to stay committed and overcome obstacles or challenges. Then we're going to look at my personal best practices for routines, continuity, speaking it into action, being honest, being real, and being truthful, and how all of that plays into you running faster as an athlete or as a coach, getting your athletes to run personal bests and enjoying the process as they train. The purpose of this video is to provide key content regarding goal setting for sprinters and speedsters. The scope of this video will include methodologies for goal setting and success planning as a sprinter. The audience for this video is intended for coaches, athletes, and anyone looking to improve their speed, sprinting ability, sports performance, or overall strength and conditioning in its totality. So Turbo Speedsters, the reason I wanted to do this video is because a lot of us struggle with creating goals for ourselves that are going to be realistic. We set such high bars for ourselves as athletes, and as coaches you might set your bar high for your athletes, but how do you reach those goals if they're always unattainable? It's a constant repeating itself that you're going to be defeated, and no one likes to lose, especially if you're an athlete. I have a personal touch and a personal way that I go about this, and my journey as a sprinter and my journey as a speedster in general stems back to high school. In high school, I was an avid football player and track and field athlete. I was more focused on football. I even ran a 4.23 40-yard dash that was electric time through Eagle Eye electric laser timing. Unfortunately, I am 5'4", and at that time I was 5'3", maybe 120, 125 pounds. So I was really tiny. So my aspirations to go to play football at the D1 or even D2 level were not very realistic for me. So I settled on becoming this track and field star and using my speed to get a scholarship and go attain a higher education. The reason I tell you that is because without my ability to overcome challenges and defeat obstacles and set realistic, attainable goals, I would have never been able to get to college, overcome my depression of not being able to get into college for football, and then taking that as motivation and then eventually winning championships in college and being one of the most successful sprinters to come through my university at the time. So the first thing I want to talk about is finding your purpose, okay? Everyone does things for a different reason, right? We all wake up every day with different motives. We're either intrinsically motivated or extrinsically motivated, okay? My biggest thing for you is to challenge you to wake up and look yourself in the mirror and say, what drives me every day as an athlete? These concepts can be used in your everyday life, but for our purposes here, what drives you every day to become successful? What drives you every day so that you can be the fastest that you can be? Okay? You have to answer that for yourself. You need to find a purpose within yourself of Why are you doing what you're doing every time you get on the track, every time that you get in the weight room, every time you take off time, maybe do some active rest, go play basketball, go for a light jog? Why are you doing what you're doing as an athlete? And why is that important to you? Finding that reason will define what your purpose is, and you can apply that to every day in life. Why are you doing the job that you're doing? Are you intrinsically motivated? Do you want to be successful for yourself? Are you extrinsically motivated? Do you want to be the best sprinter that you can be so that you can have the clout around your peers, so that you can get a scholarship and get an education, so that you can build a life for yourself and your eventual family that you can be proud of? So that's my biggest hurdle for people and athletes that I train and people I just know in general, is they lack an understanding of what motivates them, what drives them. And for example, for me, what drives me, right? I work hard every day so that I am able to provide for myself, provide for my family, and so that I have a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment from the tasks that I do every single day. Be it at my regular day job, be it on any of my side hustles, or be it on the track or in the weight room. I'm very intrinsically motivated, but I'm also extrinsically motivated. And you need to figure that out for yourself. So that's step one, is to figure out your purpose. Answer the question, what drives you? Why are you doing what you're doing in regards to your sprint training? All right. The next thing I want to talk about is understanding yourself and utilizing that to attain your training goals. In previous videos, I've talked about training goals, right? Whatever phase you're in your training plan, you need to be able to establish training goals within each phase of training that you're in. Okay, so it kind of goes back to your purpose, understanding yourself, right? Are you intrinsically motivated? Are you extrinsically motivated? What is your rhyme and reason for doing what you're doing? And does it correlate to your training goals? Okay? Do you get up every day to go hit the gym and lift heavy for the ultimate goal of running faster? Or do you do heavy weights, low reps, high intensity to go be able to run 10 miles? That's non-conducive. So understanding what drives you, your purpose, and understanding how that correlates to your training goals is an essential part of setting up your proper goals. All right, so when it comes to actually setting up your goals, I think that understanding who you are inside as a person, as an athlete, with your purpose, and making sure you understand the logical and strategic approach that you're going to take with understanding who you are and your training goals, the next thing to do is to actually do goal setting. So I like to use SMART goals. They're very realistic, and so most of us have heard of them, but we have not. So you got SMART goals: S, M, A, R, T. Right? Some people use different acronyms and different meanings for the letters, but I'm going to give you mine and what have been beneficial for me and my goals, and beneficial for the people that I've coached and trained. So S is going to stand for specific. M is going to stand for measurable. A is going to stand for attractive. Okay. R is going to stand for realistic. And T is going to stand for timely. Right? So what does all this mean? So what I want to do is I want to define a goal. So Chris, what's my goal? I want to run 1080 in the 100 meter dash. All right? So what we want to do is we want to make that specific. Okay? S. We want to make it specific. I want to run 10.8 by regionals or by conference championships so that I provisional to make it to state or the national meet. That's specific. Okay, so just saying I want to squat 200 pounds is not very specific, it's very general. You want to make your goals specific towards you and make it actionable for yourself. Okay, so my goal of I want to run 10.8 at regionals is very specific. Okay, it gives all the components that we're going to talk about. So I want to run 10.8 by regionals. That's my specific goal. The next one we want to talk about is measurability. Okay, how are we going to measure that? Let's just say that we have 10 meets in the season. We can measure our progression up to 10.8 by breaking down our training phase and breaking down our meet results into milestones. Okay, so we say we have 10 meets, and I can say by the second meet I want to run. Let's say my current PR is 11.5. Okay, 11.5. By the first 2 meets, I want to run at least 11.5. Then, let's say the next four meets, I want to run anywhere between 11.2, 11.3, or maybe 11.1. Okay. Now we're pushing towards championship times, and we have about 2 to 3 more meets. Let's say that I want to run anywhere between 11, let's say 11.1. 11.2, maybe 11 flat, maybe 10.99. All right. Now we're here at championships and we peak, and we want to run anywhere from 10.80 to 10.85. Right. You can measure, especially in track and field, because it is quantitative. That you can measure the numbers as you kind of move along, as you drop your times, and the training gets more specific towards speed. So, is that goal realistic? Is it measurable? Yeah. Is it specific? Yes. The next part I want to do is I want to go and skip over the A. I want to go over to the R. Is it realistic? Right? If me running 11.5, let's say I'm a junior, me running 11.5, me getting really serious about my training, and I want to run 10.8. Okay. This is where you have to understand your purpose and understand yourself, right? Obviously, genetics are going to be playing a lot of different factors on how fast you can run. But for intents and purposes, let's just say, hey, I run 11.5. That was my PR from last year. I've been hitting the weight room. I've been doing everything coach says, and we're looking pretty good. I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm looking pretty good to maybe hit 10.8, maybe break 11 seconds in 100 meters. After all this training I've been doing all year, right? So is it realistic to say that someone who's done everything as best they can and is following instructions and hitting gains in the weight room, optimizing their weight, the actual weight to body fat percentage, male and female, we consider that, and then moving forward, yeah, you can say that it is realistic. Obviously, there's going to be cases where athletes are doing everything the coach says, and they're maximizing, they're optimizing their potential, and they don't hit these goals because speed is relative, right? But I would say that it is realistic for someone who is doing that, right? I've seen it before. I've seen non-sprinters become sprinters and run fast and decrease their time significantly in the same merits that you would say from 11.5 to 10.80. It's not unrealistic, right? So that's realistic goal. The next one we want to talk about is the timely piece. You want to make sure that your specific, measurable, real goal so far is timely. And in this case, let's say in this case we were working, right, and we have 10 meets in the season, and we've been working since winter to get ready for outdoor spring. Is it timely to say that in, you have a meet a week, in 10 weeks that I should be able to decrease my time? Yeah, it's realistic, and I think it is timely that you have a measurable time that you're going to try to attain your goals. So make sure when you're doing and going through your SMART goals that it's timely and it's realistic time. So you're not going to say, I want to run 10.8 by next track meets, and I only ran 11.5 this past week. That's not timely and that's not realistic. Speed gains happen over weeks, right? So you need to be preparing yourself and or your athletes for that weekly grind to get so that timely aspect is completed. The big thing I want to talk about though is the A, attractive. We've already answered that question. Attractive is not saying that, oh, I think something's sexy or I found that appealing. It's, why is it important to you? Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to run 10.8? Why do you want to do that? And in this instance, I know that 10.8 will be provisionals to make it to state, right? I say 10.8 is what I have to hit to become a top contender to make it towards state. If I can run 10.8, I can make it at regionals and run at regionals and potentially podium at regionals. And then from regionals, I can go to state and potentially podium there as well at the goal of 10.8. Okay? So that is why I want to do it. So when you're making your goals, make sure that they're timely, they're realistic, they have special meaning for you. They're not just some generic goal that is just like, oh, everyone's doing it, I'll just go that goal too. Make it personable to you. It's measurable and it's specific. So now that we've gone through the SMART goals, let's reevaluate the goal that I had. So when I started, I was like, Coach, I want to run 10.8. I want to run 10.8, Coach. Now we're at, Coach, I want to run 10.8 by regionals, because if I run that, I know that by past championships, state championships, or conference championships, that 10.8 has placed at least top 5. And Coach, I know that I'm top 5. I know that I might even be top 3. I can hit that. I've been doing everything you said. That's why I want to do it. Coach, I think it's realistic for me to say that. Since I've been doing everything, I've been coming to all the practices, I've been eating right, I've been doing my thing in the classroom, that I can hit that goal. I know I can hit that goal. So it's real. And I know that I can hit that goal because we have 10 meets in our year. And if we just follow the plan that you set in place, Coach, and I can hit and continually come down and peak when it's supposed to be peaking, that is going to be timely for me. So that's your SMART goals. And you can apply this to every single event. High jump. Coach, I want to jump 6'6". I want to jump 6'6" by championships, and I want to win state with 6'7". Right? Long jump. Triple jump. Hurdles. All of it. Pole vault. So the next part of this Turbo Speedsters, I want to talk about is staying committed. We're all victims of giving up and quitting and not going as hard as we should be going so that we can hit our goals, right? So staying committed for anyone is a challenge, especially if it gets to a point where it's mundane. You're just going through the motions, right? So I can only give you things and tips that have helped me and my athletes that I've used. And I think the biggest thing is staying committed to your goals, right? Understanding, and it goes back to the foundation of finding your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing, right? If you can go back and say that I'm doing this so that I am healthy and I live a long life so I can be 100 years old and watch my great-great-grandkids play and have children of themselves, you fall back onto that. Fall back onto that purpose that you set for yourself. Fall back onto the attractiveness of your goals, right? You say, hey, I want to run 10.80 in the 100-meter dash, and you're going through those sessions, and you're training, and you get home, and you're like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm just trying to have a good session. My starts were off. Like, I'm not feeling good. You know, the weight room kicked my butt. I'm still sore. Fall back on that attractive piece. Look yourself in the mirror and say, why am I doing this? Why am I training so hard? I'm doing it because I know that I can get a scholarship from a 10.8. I know that I can be on the podium at 10.8. I know that I can get that scholarship, go to college, and walk and do well in the classroom by running 10.8. I can open up doors and pathways for myself that in the future I can benefit my family and my future family by running 10.8. Look at the bigger picture. Fall back onto your goals. Fall back onto why is it attractive? Why is it important to you? Fall back on your life purpose, your purpose for training, for doing what you do. Overcoming challenges and defeating obstacles. This is my personal mantra, guys. I'm going to give it to you. Hard work and determination will never fail you. Hard work and determination will never fail you. It's true. I am a testament to hard work and determination. I was naturally gifted, I say, with speed, but by the time I got to college, football speed does not translate into track and field speed. In high school, I ran 11.4 was my fastest 100 meter dash. By the time I got to college and I started understanding my purpose, understanding training goals, setting smart goals, I was staying committed to my training, and I started to educate myself, becoming a master of my sprinting craft. I was able to succeed. I was able to become one of the top tier elite championship sprinters in our conference. So I want to leave you guys with this. When you want to overcome challenges and you want to defeat obstacles, look at it from this perspective. Hard work and determination will never fail you. Hard work and determination will never fail you. And do not let the outcome of your success be defeated by fear. Don't be afraid of success. If it's hard, it's hard. But hard work and all the work and the groundwork that you put into the weight room, the track, all the long nights of studying, all the hard workouts that you put into either in the track or the gym, all the homework assignments you're hitting, if you're in college or if you're in high school, hard work and determination will never fail. If you keep that in your mind and say, I'm going to bust my ass and I'm going to keep grinding until I hit my goals because it's important to me to run 10.8 because I know I can be on the podium. Fall back on your goals. No challenge is too great for you to succeed, because I guarantee you that how you feel when you feel defeated, when you feel like there's no possible way for you to overcome something, to climb that giant mountain, to climb that giant boulder and throw that thing off the mountain and stand up there victorious, that someone did it before you. And they didn't quit. So are you a quitter? Or are you a winner? Are you going to help others and build up your teammates? And are you guys going to build a foundation of success for yourself so that you can pass on that greatness to your children and they can pass it on to their children, and you effectively built a legacy because you believe that you could run 10.8 and it was important to you and you stayed committed and you didn't see challenges, you just saw it as a different path to overcome. And that's my video for you guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below and I'll respond back to you guys. So if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and do your coach a favor and turbo smack that like button and power punch that notification bell so that you can take advantage of all my coaching, training, speed enhancing videos here on YouTube. And like I always say, don't go fast. Go turbo.